she needed help. She began to accept who she was and wasn't going to be ashamed of it, and she refused to call it a disability, so instead she calls it a learning difference. She wanted to write a book to inspire other kids to embrace their differences as well. So at 13 or 14? 14. You're 14. But she authored her first book titled My Gift of Differences, 7 Steps to Embracing Your Learning Differences. So it has had a great impact on kids across the country, and she's very excited about it. While she isn't empowering kids to embrace their learning differences, she travels with her mom and speaks at various different women conferences across the country. In addition to being an author, she is a leader in and out of school. She is currently in the 8th grade class? 9th grade, I'm sorry. She has been a student council representative, a talent show MC, and has attended sessions with the political camp for girls at the United Nations headquarters. So if you'll all give it up for Jordan.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
That is more like it. For me to be successful today, I need all you guys to have energy and participate. So, on this side of the room, you are going to be Team 1, and on this side of the room, you're going to be Team 2. When I point to your team, you're going to yell as loud as you can, I see her. And whoever team is the loudest will win. So, Team 1, I see her! Wow. Team 2, I see her! Okay, one more time. Team 1, I see her! Team 2, I see her! You guys both tried your best, so everybody wins. It's fine. Okay. So, as you guys know, my name is Jordan Ashley Greene. This is a picture of me when I was 12 years old, so it does look a little different. But my name is Jordan Ashley Greene. My family and I moved here over the summer to Memphis, so we are fairly new here. As you know, I did write a book, and I spoke at the National Urban League Youth Summit as a keynote speaker. That was really fun. And you can find my book in the New Albany Library and in the New York City pathologist office. You can take this slide now. So before we get started, I have a question. Do you see her? The girl who diets to lose weight because she doesn't like her body shape. The girl who filters her skin to be lighter because the media says that beauty is brighter. The girl who wants to be heard so she punches and fights, but she really wishes she had a dad that would hold her at night. She wants to connect. She wants to be seen. She wants to be a part of the group or the team. Did you know that the girl who wants to be liked, so she changes her looks. She studies Instagram and Snapchat instead of school books. The girl who gives her body for love when all she wants is a hug. The girl who sits at lunch and eats alone as she stares aimlessly at her phone. The girl who sees her mom gets abused. The girl whose friend was killed on the news. The girl who appears to be rude because she can't find her voice. She just needs to be reminded that she always has a choice. Who is this girl? Who could she be? This girl is you. This girl is me. Do you see her? We all do. But when we see her, what should we do? She wants to be a part of the group. She wants to be a part of your team. Girls, it's time for us to come together and really support each other. When we truly do that and help other girls, we see how important it is for us all to come together. Did you know that over 50% of high school girls want to be skinnier and go on a diet because they want to change how they look? Did you know that 20% of girls our age experience depression and battle with suicidal thoughts? Suicide is the second leading cause of teen deaths today. Did you know that 38% of girls get bullied every year? Did you know that it is said girls will compete with each other and be mean to each other before we actually reach out and help and support each other? If you are a girl, you should support other girls. Zendaya, Yara Shahidi, and Maddie Ziegler are all girls who support other girls. Now, what can we do to see her? We can reach out. Somebody say reach.
Reach.
Somebody say reach.
Reach.
Reach means to extend, to touch, to grab, to bring in. Reach is what we can do to help each other. Now, I made REACH into an acronym, and the R stands for recognize. Somebody say recognize.
Recognize.
Recognize means to identify with someone or acknowledge their existence. When we acknowledge someone, it takes them to new heights and instills confidence within them. An example is saying hello in the hallways, or asking them to walk with your locker, or asking them to sit with them at lunch. When we recognize someone, that girl feels seen, and it can do a lot for them. Now the E stands for encourage. Somebody say encourage.
Encourage.
Encourage means to give support or advice. When you're encouraging someone, you're instilling them with confidence, and you're making them feel like everything will be okay. Now I need 2 volunteers to come up on right here and exhibit encouragement. I just need, yes, you come upstairs. And you, yes. Come on up. So I need, you're going to be the encourager, right? And then you're going to be the encouragee. Stand over here. So you're going to say some encouraging things to her really quick so we can all exhibit what that looks like.
God loves everybody, even you too.
Awesome. That's good. All right, do you want to encourage her now?
Thank you. You're pretty in a big old way.
That's amazing. Everybody give them a round of applause. And then the A in our acronym stands for accept. Accept means to allow someone to just be them and like them anyways. Accept means to allow someone to just be them and like them anyways. Many times we want to always change people so they're easier for us to deal with, but we really need to accept them in with all their flaws so we can love them into being a better person. Now the C stands for connect. To connect means to link things or people together. When you connect with someone, you are physically and actively making an effort to get to know them better. Invite her to sit with you at lunch, or invite her to be part of your group or to the football game or whatever. It can do a lot for that person, and you never know what anyone's going through. And it could be you. I remember, I think it was when I was in 7th grade, I used to have this group that I used to hang out with. And all of a sudden, our morals and our goals just started like not really lining up anymore. And they were doing things that I didn't want to do. They were like cussing and being really mean to people, and I didn't like that. So there was a time where I had to be alone, and I had to, and I had to excuse myself from those situations. And I wanted someone to accept me for me, so I know how it feels. And the H stands for help. When you help someone, helping is really doing all of these. So when you see someone who's like always putting themselves down, like saying, I'm so ugly, I'm so fat, help them out and say, no, you're not, and encourage them, champion her to her dreams. And when you help someone, you are constantly making that person feel better about themselves and just being better. And the next slide is something about animals, actually. I've been doing a lot of research about different animals and different traits that animals and we share. And the first animal is a turtle. And a turtle is someone who you don't want to be, and you don't want in your friend circle. You don't want to hang around them. Turtles have no goals. They're always hiding in their shells, and they won't commit to anything. They're very fearful, and they don't want to go out their comfort zones. You don't want to hang out with them, and you don't want to be one, because sometimes we can. The second animal is the chicken. Now the chicken is always looking down, and they're always gossiping or speaking negatively about people. They're always fighting, and they're focused on the small things in life. You don't want to be a chicken, and you don't want to have them in your group. You want to be like the lion. The lion is amazing. One of my favorite animals, actually. This picture speaks volumes, because you see, they're all walking in a pack, and they all have their eyes on one thing, and that's the goal. If you are a lion, you want to only roll with other lions. Have you ever seen a lion hanging out with a chicken? No. Lions have goals. They roar, they speak up when things aren't right, and they know what they're doing and where they're going. So, you want to be a lion, and don't hang out with turtles or chickens. The next animal is the giraffe. As you can see here, the giraffe is always reaching up for those high branches. They never go too low, only to drink water. but if they're down there for too long, they could actually stop breathing and could kill themselves. So the lesson is that sometimes, like when you go low or you talk about that person, it can kill your character. So you never want to go too low. And they rise above the occasion. So my name is Jordan Ashley Greene, as you know. You can follow me on Instagram, and that's all that I have for you today. I hope that you learned something.